Who am I giving the thumbs up to? Okay, good, yay. Good evening, yogi friends, and welcome to Community Yoga at the Library. I'm Alexandria. If you have not practiced with me before, I teach a pretty easygoing vinyasa flow. We kind of take it easy. We don't take ourselves too seriously. If you've got any props, blankets, blocks, straps, any of that, you can grab those items. Some of the poses I cue, if you need those props, feel free to take those anytime you need. Anytime you need to take a break, take a child's pose, take a rest, feel free to do that. As a reminder, this is your practice. Take from it whatever it is that you need. I'm merely here to offer suggestions. So we're going to start seated. If you'd like to take a child's pose, feel free to do so. I noticed the last time I taught being in child's pose, I was kind of like huffing into the mic, so we don't want to do that this time. So you can take a child's pose, or you can come to an easy seat. You can take hero's pose with the hips back toward the heels, whatever's your jam this evening. You can close the eyes down if you feel safe and comfortable doing so. If you're in a seated pose, you can rest those palms on the tops of the thighs, on the tops of the knees. You can rest them face down for a more grounded experience this evening, or face up to receive energy throughout the practice. If you're in that child's pose, stretch those fingertips long toward the front of the mat. Really get into that side body. Take a breath in. Take a sigh here. Happy Monday. Starting to turn the attention inward. Notice how the body's feeling. Noticing any pockets of tension, any areas of resistance in the body. We're trying to send a bit of love to all those stiff, creaky places throughout the practice this evening. Gradually starting to move into some ujjayi breathing in and out through the nose, creating a slight constriction along the back of the throat, allowing the breath to become just slightly audible. Moving at your own pace. We'll take about 5 more slow, deep ujjayi breaths. Each inhale, welcoming in peaceful, positive energy. Exhale, any distractions, any feelings of doubt or judgment. As we move throughout the practice, if the thoughts begin to wander, the mind begins to stray, return back to a mantra of, now I'm breathing in and now I'm breathing out. Using these ujjayi breaths to drop us completely into the moment, completely into the present. We'll take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And we'll blink the eyes open if you have them closed. However you'd like to get there, we'll all meet in a tabletop. Taking your time, nice and easy here. We'll make sure the palms are right underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. And we'll move through just a few rounds of cat-cow. Take a breath in, gaze is up, lift the chin. As you exhale, spread those fingertips nice and wide. Press into those palms. Separate those shoulder blades. A few more times through. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Beautiful, Randy. Feel free to really exaggerate these motions. Big movements here, getting into all those stiff, tight places. If anybody's wondering, Randy's my guest. Couple more times through. Maybe make some circles with the neck or maybe with the hips. Coming just forward on the wrist. Remember, this is your practice. Take whatever it is that you need. I also can't see any of you, so do what feels good. You don't have to worry about anybody saying that it looks weird. This is a judgment-free zone. This is a safe space. I might be the chattiest yoga teacher y'all know, to be for real. We'll meet in a neutral tabletop. Press into those palms. Flatten out that spine. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Pouring the weight into that left palm. Take a breath in. Sweep those right fingertips up. Gazes up at that thumb if that feels okay on the neck. And as you exhale, reach through, thread the needle, tapping the temple, the shoulder to the mat. 2 more times. Take a breath in, reaches up. Exhale, reach it through, tap the shoulder, temple to the mat. Once more, inhale, reach, reach, reach. And as we exhale, this time we'll stay, resting the shoulder, temple to the mat. Reaching out, those left fingertips nice and long if you'd like. If you'd like to take this a little deeper, maybe reach around with those left fingertips, reaching for that right hip crease here. One more breath in wherever you are. Breath out. Bringing the left fingertips back underneath to the mat. Unwind, meeting back in that tabletop. And we're going to take that side too. When you're ready, weight comes into that right palm, reaches up, inhale. As you exhale, tap the left shoulder, left temple this time to the mat, reaching through, thread the needle. 2 more times, inhale, reaches up. Take your time here, moving with the breath. Reaches through, tap the shoulder, temple to the mat. And one last time. Reaches up, gazes up if that feels okay. And this time we'll stay for the exhale, resting the shoulder, temple to the mat. Reach those right fingertips forward if that feels good. Maybe you reach the right fingertips around, reaching for that left hip crease. Doing whatever feels good in the body. One more breath wherever you are. And start to unwind. Right palm comes back to the mat. Left palm follows, meeting back in that tabletop. When you're ready, we'll tuck the toes, send the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog. If the hamstrings are still a little cranky this evening, feel free to take a deep bend in those knees. Maybe pedal out the feet if that feels good. Take a few breaths here, building our foundation, press into those palms, relaxing the chest toward the knees, the heels eventually toward the mat. I'm trying to be mindful of my mic here. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, take a deep bend in the knees and start to tiptoe the feet up to the top of the mat, meeting the hands. We'll meet in a forward fold. Feel free to take a bend in the knees if you need to, resting that chest on the tops of the thighs if that feels good. If you've got a block, pillows, a stack of books, maybe you put those underneath the fingertips, bringing the floor a little closer to you. Whatever it is that you need. Releasing tension in the neck here. Shake the head yes. Nod the head no. I'm doing tiny ones so that I don't jostle the mic around. Really let those shoulder blades roll forward. Let any tension, any worries, any doubts melt out through the crown of the head. Take a breath in. Breath out. Take an inhale, half a lift, draw the crown of the head toward the front of the room or wherever you happen to be. Exhale, fold. And we're going to use our next full inhale to bring us up to standing, taking your time here. We'll meet at the top. Relax those shoulders down. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. Roll it forward, right ear, right shoulder. We're going to take that 2 more times, both sides. Left ear. And the right. One last time, both sides. Left. And right. All right, we're going to step to the top of our mat. Nice, strong mountain pose here. We're going to build a pose from the ground up. Lift up all 10 toes, give them a good wiggle, set them down on the mat. Press into all 4 corners of the feet, the big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heel. Draw up on those kneecaps, activating those quad muscles. Draw the belly button toward the spine. Relax those shoulders. Keeping that engagement if you can. Inhale, reach up. Open the arms, lead with the chest, bow. Take an inhale, half a lift. Exhale, plant those palms. I'm going to demo 2 versions of our vinyasa today. Step it back 1 foot at a time, plank pose. If plank isn't in your practice, that's quite okay. You can feel free to drop to those knees. So what we're going to do, we're taking that modification. We're going to bring the chest chin to the mat. Scoop it forward, pelvis comes to the mat. Relax those shoulders down, baby cobra. Take a breath in. As you exhale, sit back into a child's pose. Take a breath in, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that's a version of a vinyasa that you can take this evening if you are so inclined. Take a breath in here. Breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, start to tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. And we're going to take it right back down. I'm going to demo version 2 of our vinyasa today. Exhale, fold. Half a lift. Plant those palms, step it back, plank pose, 1 foot at a time. I'm going to demo the traditional chaturanga. Keep those elbows squeezed in nice and close, lower halfway. Roll forward on those toes, collarbone spreads, upward facing dog. Rolling over those toes, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Few breaths here to reset. So we're going to make our way through a few rounds of sun salutations. So you can take that first version where you drop those knees down to the mat and take a baby cobra. Or you can take version 2 where you take the chaturanga up dog, down dog. Do whatever feels good in the body. 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, bend the knees, look forward. Take a big step, top of the mat. Half a lift. Fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. Maybe seal that prayer at the top. And open the arms, lead with the chest, bow. Half a lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, plank, or drop the knees. Take your version of your vinyasa. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. One more breath in. When you're ready, bend the knees, look forward, big step, top of the mat. We'll take that a couple times through. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. We're not moving very fast, but it's kind of warming up in here. Open the arms, bow. Half a lift. Plant those palms. Take your vinyasa. Three breaths here. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, making your way, top of the mat. We'll take that through one more time. Fold. Half a lift on the inhale. Fold once more. Lots of folding. Inhale, we rise, reach. Seal that prayer at the top, maybe a tiny back bend here. Open the arms. Bow. Half a lift. Plant the palms, step it back. Take your vinyasa. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog, 3 breaths. On your next inhale, those right toes are going to lift up nice and high. As you exhale, step it forward. Go ahead and drop that left knee. Now, if this is a little intense on the knee, you can fold up a blanket or a towel. You can maybe fold that mat in half up under that knee if you need to. I've got a couple of options here. You can leave those fingertips to the mat. You can lift the chest, resting the palms on the tops of the thighs. Maybe you reach up. Maybe you cactus the arms. Open up the chest. Whatever you're in the mood for, this is your practice. We're going to be here about 3 breaths, making sure that knee is stacked right on top of that ankle, pressing down to the big toe mound of that front foot, pressing into the top of that back foot, really letting those hips start to open. Breathe here. Wherever you are, we're going to bring those fingertips back to the mat. We're going to start to heel toe that right foot toward the outer edge of the mat. Bringing both palms on the inside. Taking a lizard pose here. Now again, if you need a stack of books, a block, or if this is a little intense, if you'd like to just hang out in that low lunge, that's okay too. Wherever you are in your practice is perfect. A couple of breaths here. Hugging that shin into that upper arm. Beautiful, Randy. One more breath wherever you are. And when you're ready, you can tuck those back to everybody coming back up to the palms. You can tuck those back toes, and nice and easy, we're just gonna step the left foot forward, up to meet the right, meeting in a forward fold. Take an inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, you rise, reach. Open the arms, bow. Half a lift. Plant those palms, you know where we're going. Take your vinyasa. All meet in a downward facing dog. Couple breaths. And when you're ready, we'll take that on side 2. Left toes come up high or just step it forward. Meet it at the front of our mat. Dropping that right knee. Taking those options, fingertips to the mat, to the thigh. You can reach the fingertips up or you can cactus the arms. Whatever you're in the mood for, just making sure that knee is right on top of that ankle. Bringing those shoulders back, stacking them on top of the hips. Press into the big toe mound of that front foot, press into the back of that back foot, press into the top of the back foot. Letting those hips open. Few breaths here. Oh, a little bit of sun's peeking out, that's nice. When you're ready, we'll bring those fingertips to the mat and we'll start to wiggle that left foot to the outer edge of the mat, bringing the palms down, coming into a lizard pose. Feel free to hang out in that low lunge if this is a little intense. If you're in lizard, hugging that upper shin into the upper arm. Few breaths here. Wherever you are, bringing the palms back to the mat, tucking those back toes, nice and easy. Stepping the right foot forward, up to meet the left, fold. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. And our palms come to heart center. Take a drink, towel off if you need to. Nice warm up, feel good. Hope you guys are all feeling good. When you're ready, we'll step to the top of our mat, mountain pose, remembering that engagement. Press down through all four corners of the feet. Feet are gonna be right underneath the hips. Take a breath in. Take a sigh. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale reaches up. Exhale, sit the hips down and back, chair pose. Taking a moment in our chair pose here, relax those shoulders down away from the ears as we reach energetically with those fingertips. Tilt the pelvis forward, aligning the spine. Breath in here. Exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. One more breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. Plank or drop the knees, whatever your vinyasa. All meeting in a downward facing dog. So we're gonna bump the right foot up on our next breath in. So you got a couple options here, just slightly. I've got a couple options here. You can stay high on the ball of that back foot, or you can also bump it in a little closer to where that heel's on the mat. Wherever you are, it's fine. Leaving our fingertips to the mat, or maybe grab that stack of books or a block if you need to. A little bit of pyramid pose here. You always have the option to take a bend in that front knee if this is a little intense on the hamstring. On the flip side, you have the option to lift those toes deep in that hamstring stretch if you choose. Doing what feels good in the body. Wherever you are, take a halfway lift, draw the corner of the head toward the front of the room, flatten out that spine. And as you exhale, maybe bring the nose a little closer to the knee if that's available for you. When you're ready, take it nice and easy. We're just gonna step that left foot up to meet the right, meeting in a fold. Inhale for the half lift and fold. Inhale, rise, reach, and take it right back down, forward fold. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant those palms, step it back, take your vinyasa. We're gonna come into that pyramid pose on side two in just a moment. Meeting in a downward facing dog, a few breaths here to reset. When you're ready, bumping up that left foot just slightly. Oh, I'm a little tighter on this side. So what else is new? I'm gonna go ahead and bump in my right foot just a little closer where both heels are on the mat. So you have a couple options here. You can bend into that knee if you need to. You can lift up those toes if you'd like to take it a little deeper. Wherever you are, take a half lift. Crown of the head draws forward, flatten out that spine as you exhale. Maybe the nose comes a little closer to the knee. One more breath wherever you are. And nice and easy, we're going to step that right foot forward up to meet the left, and we're going to fold. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. And taking it right back down, fold. Half a lift once more. Stay with me here. We're going to pick up that left foot, step it to the back of the mat. All 10 toes are going to face the short edge of the mat. We're going to come into a wide leg, forward fold. Letting the fingertips, the palms, the forearms rest onto the mat. If you're in the mood for a little bit of work in this pose, you can draw up on those kneecaps, really hinging at the hips, activating those quads. You can absolutely pass on that and just hang out here in your wide leg forward fold. Take an inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold. And if it's available for you, interlacing the palms. The base of the spine draws knuckles toward the opposite side of the room. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Releasing tension in the neck. Shake the head yes. Nod the head no. Sorry if I'm moving the mic around quite a bit. Couple breaths here. When you're ready, release those fingertips to the mat. Take a half a lift once more. Breath in. And fold. Turning those right toes toward the front of the mat. Coming up high on the ball of that back foot. We're going to stretch and work our way into a standing split. Fingertips to the mat here. Ground it down through that standing leg. Now, rather than focusing on how high we can get that top leg, we're going to drop those hips in line with one another and really pour the crown of the head toward the mat. If you're feeling a little spicy, maybe you grab the ankle. Couple breaths here. And nice and easy, that left foot's going to come and meet the right, and we'll fold. Half a lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach up. And taking it down, we're going to take that side two, fold. Half a lift. Stay with me here, picking up the right foot this time, stepping it to the back of the mat, all 10 toes, face the short edge of the mat. Resting the fingertips, the palms, forearms onto the mat, wide leg forward fold. You can activate those quads by drawing up on those kneecaps. You can reach for the big toes, the shins, the ankles. Wherever you are, take a half lift, fingertips to the mat, and fold. If it's available for you, interlacing the palms, the base of the spine, the knuckles draw toward the opposite side of the room. Release and tension of the neck. Couple breaths. When you're ready, release those fingertips to the mat. Take a half a lift. Inhale. And fold. Left toes are going to point toward the front of the mat. Pivot high onto the ball of that back foot. Pour the weight into that left foot. Start to work our way into a standing split. Drop those hips in line. Fingertips to the mat. Pour the crown of the head toward the mat. Lifting up those fingertips. Grab for the ankle if you're in the mood. Eek. A little wobbly there. And when you're ready, nice and easy. Right foot meets the left, and we'll fold. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach. And palms to heart center. Shake it out. Take a drink if you need it. When you're ready, we'll step to the top of our mat. Relax those shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the arms. Fold. Inhale for the half lift. Plant those palms, step it back 1 foot at a time. Stay with me here. Everybody go ahead and drop those knees. Knees, chest, chin, come to the mat. Everybody scoop the chest forward, coming into a baby cobra. Take a breath in here. And breath out. Make a little pillow with the hands. One cheek to the mat. Bend into those knees. Windshield wiper left and right. Right and left if that feels good. When you're ready, all 10 toes come back to the mat. Scoop my little crystals over here. So you're going to bring those arms out to a T. Take a breath in here. Breath out. So on our next inhale, we're going to start to roll onto that right shoulder. Now, if you feel any pain, pinching, or pulling here, don't do that. You'll want to stay on the belly and just simply cactus the arms. But if you're here, maybe we bring a sole of the foot to the mat. What foot is this? The left foot. Couple breaths in here. Getting into the front of that shoulder. If this is a little intense, understandable, you'll just want to ease out. Wherever you are, take one more breath in. Nice and easy, take your time, easing out of the pose. Try not to slingshot it. And a round of breath to reset. Make a little pillow with the hands. Take the opposite cheek to the mat. Take that windshield wiper if you'd like. When you're ready, toes come back to the mat. Arms come out to a T. Take a breath in. Breath out. And when you're ready, right palm comes underneath. I'm going to start to roll onto that left shoulder this time. Right sole of the foot can come to the mat. If you feel any pain, pinching, or pulling, you just want to ease out of the stretch and just simply cactus those arms. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, sort of ease out of that stretch. Nice and easy. A little pillow with the hands. This time, take the third eye to the tops of the hands. Move the forehead side to side. Little third eye massage there. When you're ready, we'll bring those palms underneath the shoulders, pass it through a tabletop. We're going to sit those hips back toward the heels. Last little bit of a sequence here, we're going to start to open up that heart space. If it's available for you, you're going to interlace those palms at the base of the spine. Draw those knuckles toward the mat. Relax those shoulders. Lift up that chin. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Inviting peaceful, positive energy into the heart space. Exhale anything you might be holding on to. We'll be here 3 breaths. And when you're ready, slowly release. We'll take a nice little counter pose here, interlace, cross those arms one over the other. Give yourself a great big old hug here. Inching those fingertips back toward those shoulder blades. Tuck the chin. Sorry if this sounds a little weird in the mic. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, slowly start to unwind. Set those hips to one side. Ready to come down into a seat. We've officially reached the cool down portion of our class. Sitting up nice and tall on those sits bones. Take a strong flex in those ankles if that's available for you. Moving those shoulders back in space where they're stacked right on top of those hips. Take a nice long breath in. Breath out. Next breath in, reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, fold it forward. Reaching for the big toes, the soles of the feet, the ankles, or just letting those fingertips rest wherever they may. This is your practice. Do what feels good in your body. You also have the option to maybe bring a towel or a rolled up blanket underneath the backs of the knees if you need to. If you also find this fold a little challenging, you can also bring a block underneath the sits bones if that's helpful. Lots of options here. One more breath wherever you are. And slowly start to release. Take another breath in, reach up. And as you exhale, start to twist to the right. Nice, see the twist here. Oh, yeah. If it's available for you, maybe start to gaze over that back shoulder toward the back side of the room. Using those fingertips as a little kickstand, keeping that spine nice and long. Take a breath in. Exhale, maybe sink just a little deeper into the twist. Next inhale brings us back through center, nice and easy. And we'll take a twist to the left. Oh man. Start to gaze over that back shoulder, inviting the neck into the twist, if that feels okay. Fingertips as a kickstand here, keeping that spine nice and tall. Reach up. No, sorry. Inhale. Exhale, twist just a little deeper if you can. Next inhale brings us back through center. And we'll take one more seated forward fold. Bringing those fingertips wherever feels good for you. Leaving the fingertips where they are. Take a half a lift with the spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Crown of the head draws forward and fold. And when you're ready, slowly release. And we'll make our way onto our backs. Soles of the feet come to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees if that feels good. Left and right, right and left. Next time back through center, we're going to cross the right knee over the left. If it's available for you, we're going to reach forward, grab them for the outer edges, both feet, relaxing those shoulders back to the mat. We'll take a reclined cow face pose. I did this pose first thing this morning. It was fantastic. 10 out of 10. Highly recommended. Really flatten out that spine. Feeling this a little bit in the outer hip, right underneath the back of the thigh, back of the rear end. One more breath. And when you're ready, slowly release, unwind, taking your time. We'll switch sides. Left knee crosses over the right. Reach forward. Grab them for the outer edges of those feet. Relax those shoulders down. Recline cow face pose on the left side. Flattening out the spine, pressing those shoulders or low back into the mat. One more breath. When you're ready, slowly unwind, draw both knees into the chest. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop both knees over to the left. Cactus that right arm if that feels good. Gaze at those right fingertips if that feels okay on the neck. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, pass it back to center knees, draw in close, 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 breath in. And drop both knees over to the right on your next exhale. Cactus in that left arm. Gaze at those left fingertips if that feels okay on the neck. A few breaths here. Come back through center. Soles of the feet come together. Take the knees out wide. I invite you to bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths, releasing anything you may be holding on to. Breathing into the heart space, filling up the lungs. Breathing the ribs separate. Each exhale, pressing away every bit of air. Twice more here. Inhale. Release. One last big breath in. And release. Those palms fall away. Soles of the feet come to the mat once more. Draw those knees in close. Lift up the forehead for one last great big squeeze. And release into Shavasana. Feel free to get nice and cozy here if you've got a blanket, pillows, bolsters, anything you might have that brings you a little bit of comfort. You can take the soles of the feet together if you'd like. You can just let those toes, fingertips fall open. You could even flip onto the belly if you'd like. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Relax the muscles in the face, unclench the jaw. Let the arms, legs, fingers, toes grow heavy, feeling the mat underneath you to support you. And I invite you to treat your Shavasana like a gift to yourself for just these next few moments. You only need to be here. You only need to be now. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel free to rest in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Distracting thoughts begin to enter. Return back to the mantra. Now I'm breathing in, and now I'm breathing out. And before we seal our practice, I have just these last few words. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees, no less than the stars. You have every right to be here. And whether we realize it or not, everything in the universe is unfolding just as it should. Many thanks to all of you beautiful souls for being here to practice with me this evening. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you, Randy, for being here with me this evening. Namaste.